What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Tuesday. And pretty good night last night. Disappointing with Blake Griffin. Expected more out of him. We kind of got thrown with a curveball last minute before lock with the Pelicans announcing that Emeka Okafor was going to be starting the old man for Miritic there, and that kind of honestly hurt Blake Griffin with Anthony Davis shifting over to cover Blake Griffin. He wasn't able to do that much in this first stint of minutes with Okafor out there in the court, so that really sucked. So that kind of limited Blake Griffin in the first quarter, and then in the fourth quarter when he came back in with around 8 minutes left, couldn't get much going. And then they ended up getting down big enough with around 3 minutes left. So they took him out of the game. So he only ended up with like 34 drafting points or whatever. Disappointing there. But some other guys did pretty well. Zach LaVine, Damari Carroll had a solid night. Paul Gasol went absolutely off. But like I said, a lot of people were on him. But my Dollar Tree play of the day, David West, returned a lot of value, getting 28 drafting points at only 3,900. So a pretty good night. My lineup actually made the cash line in GPP and cash games with 283. So definitely go follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby. If you want to use my lineups, just look at some other guys that I'm interested in my lineup. So definitely go do that. But let's just get into my top 5 plays and Dollar Tree play of the day. Drop a like on the video. Thank you so much for all the likes yesterday. Let's keep it going with the likes. Let's just get into it though. Like I said, Russell Westbrook. Obviously, he's not ruled if he's playing or not at the moment. Currently questionable, but he did go through shoot around in Monday. It was non-contact, so I don't know how much you can take out of that. But with non-contact, I mean, it's an ankle injury. I would suspect he'd be fine. Like, he wouldn't be putting any pressure on his ankle, I think, if he wasn't going to play here today on Tuesday. So I think he'll be back here against Cleveland. They did look a lot better against Boston, but they still have some opening gaps with their rim protector with Tristan Thompson. I don't think he's capable of a rim protector, especially against Russell Westbrook. So I think Westbrook can drive to the hoop and get a lot of drafting points. And against the same Cavs team, I mean, not the same Cavs team, but a very, they still had a bad rim protector in that game. He was able to drop 67 drafting points in that game with 20 assists. So had a crazy good game. He didn't even score that well, only 23 points. But still, like I said, those assists were huge with 20, and he plays much better at home. So I think we'll have a big game here going against Cleveland. It should be a fairly high-scoring game. And I think that's just that Boston looked out of sync against Cleveland. They weren't really used to their size on defense, and the OKC team I think will be a little bit more ready for them, considering that they've seen them play now against Boston. So Russell Westbrook at 11,400, lock him in there. We're gonna go with another big name guard with Chris Paul next at 9,100. Has a great matchup against Jeff Teague, and he had a good game against them earlier this year, dropping 47 drafting points. Like I said, has a great matchup against Teague. And also James Harden really struggled against Jimmy Butler last game. He could struggle again a little bit, or just a little bit, do worse than he normally does, meaning more on Chris Paul's plate. And he's been returning some value pretty frequently the last couple of games. 54, had a bad game against Denver, but that game got out of hand pretty early, so only got 22 minutes and didn't need to do that much. But against Miami, 46 and 45 against Brooklyn. So if he has another one of those games, he'll be returning value at 9,100, and it should be a high-scoring game against Minnesota. Should stay competitive throughout. So I think Chris Paul, great matchup against Teague. I think he honestly could go for 50-plus drafting points in this game, so lock him in there. And then we're going to go with Dwayne Dedmon, my third. Yeah, at 5,300. He got moved to the starting lineup last game and went absolutely off on that one with 46 drafting points. He's definitely capable of big games when he gets the minutes. His minutes just have been kind of up and down, and he's come off the bench since he came back from that big injury he had earlier in the year. But the coach said after the game, it looks like they're going to stick with the same lineup here. So we should stay in the starting lineup. And against Milwaukee, they've been very bad against big men the whole entire year. They have Thon Maker starting at the center now with Henson out. So Dwayne Dedmon at 5,300 should be able to have another big game here. I think he can go over 30 drafting points as long as he sees around 30 minutes again in the spot in the starting lineup. With Atlanta, they always have the potential to get blown out, but Dedmon should be able to keep them around, keep them competitive now. Like, they had a good game against Detroit, which is a pretty solid team. So at 5,300, lock them in there. And for my fifth and final, actually my fourth guy, we're going to go with Bam. Bam Bam, as I like to call him, at 5,000. Going against Toronto here. Had a humongous game against them earlier the year. He got 50 DraftKings points in that one. 5 blocks, went absolutely insane. And with Kelly Olynyk out, he's going to be getting some good minutes alongside Whiteside. They've been testing that out recently. The coach came out and said they're going to be doing that more. It worked out last game against Milwaukee, dropping 36 DraftKings points there. So he's definitely capable of doing it. And against Toronto as well, they have some pretty big guys with Ibaka, Jonas, and they got Sia come off the bench, and Poto, however you say his name, Jacob. But so I think Bam is gonna get some good run here. Without Olynyk again, they're gonna try out the two big men again with him and Whiteside. And honestly, Whiteside can easily get in foul trouble every single game, so he could get a bump with that as well. So Bam, 5,000. You can fill it up in multiple categories: rebounds, points, assists. He can get some blocks. So good opportunity here for him to go off yet again. He has huge upside. Lock him in. For my fifth and final guy now, Davis Bertans at 4,800. Going against Denver. Not a bad matchup. But the thing I'm looking at here is Aldridge is going to be out yet again in this spot. And Paul Gasol, he had a huge game last game, but he's 37 years old. He got 33 minutes last night. He's going to be a little bit tired. I mean, he definitely has the capability of having a big game just because of his opportunity, but I think Bertans is going to have a bigger night here compared to Paul Gasol, the younger guy coming on the back-to-back here. And against Denver, he's had some solid production in limited minutes, only 19 minutes per game, but he's shooting 9 for 13 and 7 for 10 from the three-point line in the 2 games against them. And Denver this year, they've been very bad against three-point shooters, allowing 37% from the three-point line. So I think Bertans can hit some threes here, get a little bit more involved on the glass, and just some more shots going up here. So I think he can have a big game here. 4,800, solid matchup. Denver has been going pretty small recently with Wilson Chandler at the power forward position, so he could benefit from that again if they try to do that. But they don't really have the power forward, I think, that can really limit Bertans completely. So I think at 4,800, he's going to have a big game here. I'll lock him in. So that is the top 5. You got Westbrook. Definitely keep an eye if he's playing or not. I'll tweet out on my Twitter at MoneyWebby any updates on that if he is out. Bertans, Dedmon, ADEBAYO, however you say his name, Bam Bam, and Chris Paul are the top 5. And for my dollar cheap play today, not a true dollar tree play of the day. There's not many guys like around the 4,000 range that I felt comfortable recommending. Laverne, honestly, at 3,300 for the Spurs could return some value if they try to turn to him a little bit earlier with Paul Gasol on the back-to-back. But Rodney Hood at 4,800, I really wanted to recommend him against OKC. I think he's going to be getting some more run here. He only got 19 minutes last game against Boston, but he put up 11 shots in 19 minutes. They want him to be active on the offensive end. He honestly is like their second best scorer here for the Cavs team, and he is at the he's backing up their most what's the word I'm looking for? The most bad position, I guess. Their worst starter. I was looking for another word, but I couldn't think of it. C.D. Osman. He's the young guy, foreigner. He's been playing pretty well, but he's definitely not as talented as Rodney Hood, and this is a big game for the Cavs. So I think Rodney Hood is going to take some more minutes away from him in this spot, and he's going to be throwing up a lot of shots. He's very active from the three-point line. The Cavs definitely need that to give some spacing on the court for LeBron, and LeBron is definitely a passive guy. He'll be looking for Rodney Hood on the three-point line a lot in this game, so I think he's going to have a big game here with some more minutes, like I said, with Osman. They're going to need him in this game against the Thunder, especially if Westbrook and Carmelo are both starting this game, then because the Cavs will be behind the 8 ball. Thunder, very good team. They're going to need Hood on this on the court for them. It's not going to be the same, I think, against Boston, where they just blow the roof off the doors off the building. I can't even speak. But at 4,800, more minutes coming his way. With Osmond, it's not good enough to be playing this game. So lock him in there. I think he can go for 30-odd DraftKings points, honestly, as their second best scorer if you just look at their roster, honestly. So that is it, guys. You got 4,800 remaining per player. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like on the video if you did get anything out of value here with my plays. Follow me on Twitter, like I said, at MoneyWebby for any updates on the plays. It's only 12 o'clock now. We don't have a word yet on Westbrook, but with my luck, they probably just tweeted out saying he's not playing as I'm recording this video. But definitely subscribe as well to get these plays every single day. The best plays that I got, winning plays. Let's try to win some money yet again here tonight. Good luck tonight. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.